All right. Good morning, everyone, or good evening. So, and morning for those in Asia, and evening for those in the continental United States, plus the neighbors from the north, Canada. So, yeah. So, real quick, I'm here in good old Daejeon, South Korea, for those that are watching this live stream for the first time. And a quick report. We had a lot of rain. And I was actually getting a lot of messages about, did you get caught up in the flood? Luckily, nope. I live in an area where it rains, but not a lot of floods happen because there's always that parkway in that area where it gets flooded. So usually it's like in the outskirts of Daejeon. So that's what's happening. And I saw the news. I'm like, wow, the cars are like floating around from the underground parking structure. And same thing in good old South Korea. Everything is still pretty much normal. Restaurants, bars, coffee shops. I actually haven't gone to any coffee shops lately since I've been comfortable at my new pad. So definitely, I am having a lot of fun at my new pad there. Yep. And then before we get going, let's catch up on some comments here that our people are here. Jeffrey, good morning. And yep, Jeffrey, I didn't mean to confuse you about the 15. That was for the audience. And I know, and I just read that you got off the video chat with your daughter. I think she's probably in Seoul right now. Okay, broker. Okay, you can join for half an hour because you got errands to do. Yep, because it's close to it's about past 7 o'clock in California at UC Davis, California. So, yep. So I know you're staying out there. So I saw you in the other stream yesterday with Jan. So that was kind of cool to see you there. And Thomas, yep, you're on your third day of quarantine. So, yeah. So hopefully you got 11 more days. And Jeffrey, yep, exactly. Broker is on the West Coast. Yep, and yeah, so she's probably on the quarantine since August the 6th. So she should be maybe getting out almost the same time Thomas should be getting out, which is around the 20th. So yeah, that's how that should all come out. Ooh, did I lose my place here? Yeah, so okay. Yeah, she almost arrived the same time as Thomas has. Yeah. Yep. So Thomas, she's coming on that epic program. Yeah. Okay, hello world. I'm watching the last of the Stargate SG1 episode. Yeah, Bama, we could use that Stargate technology so we could just, go through that little thing and end up in Thailand, end up in the Philippines, and maybe we can sneak away from going through the quarantine. Yep, and that is correct. Yep, and Thomas is at the Marina Bay Resort, the Ocean View. So that's pretty good. They put you in a nice place, actually. So, yeah. Yep, and so Jeffrey gives your regards to Bama there. Yeah. And yes, Davis. That's right. Love Davis. Yep. And yep, she's at some educational facility. So that's usually what they do for orientation at Epic. Yeah. Yep. I hope she has a nice place. Yeah. Usually they do a decent job. Epic usually does a pretty good job of putting the teachers in decent places. And I think you are going to have a roommate. I'm not 100% sure. So you will have roommates. Yeah. Yeah, that's right, Jeffrey. You lived in the Bay Area. So, yeah, I was telling Beza I used to go work the volleyball festival in Davis every year. Now they moved to Arizona. So, yep. And that's good that she's enjoying it so far. And it is a nice room. Okay. Knit Bomb, welcome. Okay. I remember you couldn't get into Jan's, but at least you can get into my stream. So that is good. So yeah. Yeah, and Nitban, I saw your comment on Paul's stream. So maybe I have a microphone for Paul. So hopefully I could get it over to him, but I don't know at this rate. Might have to send him a package. Finally, yeah, Thomas. It's nice to see you. So okay, and yeah, it's nice and quiet, college town with everything available within 2 hours. Yeah. Yeah, I loved making that trip to Davis. Every summer. It was nice. Yeah, nice little college town. Even at nighttime, like the bars were great, man. I loved it, broker. After when I was doing my gigs, I really enjoyed going out at night. So yeah, um, yeah, yeah, I love being able to bike everywhere. Yeah, you can do that over there. Yep, and Nippon gives his regards. Oh, let's see. Oh no, these things are flying away from me. Let's see. And yep, biking capital US. I have to confess to having 10 bikes, but I've been lazy getting out on them recently. Yeah, wow, you got 10 bikes, broker? Wow, might need to drop in. Whoa, let's have 10 of us come in so we can all go bike. Yep, Chevron 7 locked. Yep, Gumor. I used to date a Western woman with a last name Lee. Yeah, it's funny. Sometimes you have to think about it. Yeah. All right. So Jeffries, Epic has notified them that they will all have a room all by themselves. Okay, good. Yeah. Some years they would have roommates, and then some years, yeah, they would just be on their own. So yeah. So I saw that from some of the teachers I've talked to, because in this town, Daejeon, we have a lot of epic, intakes. This is the one city where about 20 or 30. And if you guys know my friend Kinga, one time she showed me a list, and I was like, whoa, how many are coming here to Daejeon? So yeah, we have a lot of epic teachers just in this city. This is the most intake out of all the other areas except Seoul. Yep, and my girlfriend's surname is Kwan. Okay, which is fairer than popular surnames. Yeah, it's still there, Kwan. Yeah. Haha, I don't do pause stream for more than 5 minutes, but saw the microphone comment also. Yeah. Yeah, I actually have the pink red gay microphone for him. I bought it at a place called Artbox here. So I already showed Paul. He's like, I want that. So yeah. Yep, free anytime, range of sizes, now include a tandem I bought a few days ago. Oh, okay. So you got the tandem one. One edible per bike included. Yeah, broker, I saw that yesterday. You had some edibles. Yeah. That's a good thing about California. We can, partake in that in California. So I had fun doing that. Yeah. So I dated a few Western women. Yeah. Due to COVID. Yeah, that makes sense, probably. So, yeah, that makes sense to have one person per room now. Now thinking about it, yeah. Korean woman rocks. Sounds like that, United States of America song. They say Cleveland rocks. Daniel will say Korean woman rocks. And man, when can we go back to the Philippines? Johnny, man, I know I'm 16 hours ahead, but even with being in the future 16 hours ahead, I don't even know that question. I wish we could get into the Philippines. I know Daniel can. Unless you can figure out how to make yourself look Filipino and get a Filipino passport. That'd be one way to get in. Or, like Bama says, he's watching Stargate. So if he has that Stargate technology, or anyone has that Star Trek technology, we definitely can go to the Philippines. So that's now the fantasizing dream I'm having. Like, yeah, if I have that, we can do that. Okay, people are sending me messages already. Oh, and Thomas, I bought a nice mountain bike a few years ago, 21 sup with full suspension. Got stolen 2 weeks. Yeah, SoCal. You want to have, you, yeah, what is it? Like when I even bought a bike, my buddy's like, all right, get the U-lock. You want to make sure that they take a lot of time to steal your bike. That's one advice my buddy was always telling me. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Your nurse was hot. Thomas, I wish you would have took a picture. Then I would have, like put it up here on the live stream here. So if you see that hot Filipina nurse, try to get a picture with her, and then I'll put it on here on the stream. So yeah. Yes, I should have said Dave is also the bike death capital of USA. Yeah, that too. Yeah. So that is funny. Yeah. Oh, wow. Let's see. Yep, Daniel. Yes, I'm allowed back in the Philippines whenever, but I don't want to be stuck in stupid lockdown. Yeah. The MECQ, or you call it the MDCQ, modified dumb community quarantine. Oh, yes, you're on live. Yeah, what's cool about this little StreamYard, Jomel, is I can connect it to both, so my friends could kind of watch me on Facebook if they don't want to come to my YouTube channel. So at least it'll be one way, so they can just watch on Facebook Live. Only thing is I can't see the comments. That's the problem. I even try to connect it, but it doesn't connect. So yeah. Yeah, that's the benefits of being a multi-citizen. Yeah. For me, I wouldn't mind having the green Korean passport, because when I go to Thailand, I get 90 days, visa free with the Korean passport. But it's hard. The only thing I have is the long-term visa here. So at least I can keep that, but then I still have to show up. If I was to like go to Philippines or go to Thailand or Malaysia, I need to drop back in within the 6 months, or else I will lose my visa. So that's the issue I have to deal with. Yeah. Daniel T, how did you get the special pass? Hey, he is very special. Yeah. Yep. Unscheduled off-world activation. Yeah. I'm half Filipino Chinese, but westernized. Yep. Another fellow, what was it, Asian American. Yeah. Yeah. And that's the thing, like in the Philippines, like Daniel, myself, we're a rare breed in Asia. They don't expect like a lot of Western Asians to be over there as much. So that's one of the things. So, yeah. Let's see. So, and yes, I also can go to China due to family ties. Yeah, Daniel. Hey, let me borrow that passport, Daniel. I want to go see my girlfriend. And then I can maybe, Photoshop to kind of look like you. Yeah, I'm Daniel. Yeah, my name Roger Daniel. And then I'll trade you for the Korean one, so you can go see your Korean girlfriend here. Maybe I'll switch the visa, so at least we'll have a trade off. I'm not gonna just say, "Give me your Chinese passport. I'll give you my Korean visa." Say, "Yeah, that's King Lee, and I'm Daniel T." Yeah, why are you so? No, that's me. I was in the sun a lot. Yeah, Jeff's like, what's but? Lucky guy. Traveling to Southeast Asia seems like a fantasy nowadays. Yeah. Johnny, FYI, the one place you can go to is Mexico. So I have a couple friends now in Mexico. So, yeah. So, yeah. So I have a couple. Yeah. What is it? A buddy Trip, who is Gio's sub. He's in Guadalajara right now. So he's able to do what I'm able to do here in Korea. So he's been telling me a lot. So yep. Oh, you got a Suzuki 750. Yeah. Yep. TRX. So yeah, I see sometimes your channel, Jomel. Yeah, you're going out and about there in that Bay Area. Sweet. Yeah, and Jomel is in the Bay Area. I met him through like another Filipinas live stream. So Jomel is, yeah, loves his Bay Area teams compared to my Southern California teams. Yeah, I wish Golden State was in it so we have something to like, talk to each other about and smack talk. Yep. So I ride a Ducatis and a Hayabusa. Yep. So you got all these bikes. Yep. The last thing I sold for leaving was my Harley. Yeah, I saw that picture of your Harley, Thomas. Yeah, actually, Thomas, my buddy who I had as a guest, Todd, he drives a Harley in Daejeon. So we'll try to meet up with Todd once you get out of quarantine here. Yep, lugs those gissers. Yep. You also have to show family certificate in China to get in. Okay. Well, let's fudge it, and then I'll fudge the my ACR card for you, or ARC card, Daniel. Yeah, that'd be a great trade-off. Yeah. Yep. Thanks. Yeah, no problem, Johnny. Yeah, because Mexico's like the only place. And I'll tell you this, if I didn't have to come back to Korea to renew my visa, I'd probably be in Guadalajara right now hanging out, man. Yeah, my friends are having fun down there. They're like, King, I'm glad I made that decision to go there. So, yeah, and Guadalajara, I know people know that Mexico is a little dangerous here and there. But, you just got to just make sure you don't get involved in crazy stuff over there. So that's the thing. Yeah. Oh, good morning, David. Nice to see you there. Yeah. Can we do scooter rentals? I know, like when Thomas, if you go to like Jeju, you can rent scooters. I think my buddy Todd might know. So when you get out, we'll see. I know, but of course, you might need your international driver's license. I don't know. That's what I might have forgot to tell you. If you got one from AAA with the motorcycle license on it, you're allowed to, drive here in Korea with that one. And you can rent cars with it. And I forgot to renew mine, so I can't even drive anything until I go back to the U.S. Fudging's not allowed. Yeah, they don't play around. I know. And yeah, I got that hotel sorted out. Oh, you did? Okay. Yeah. And what we'll do, Thomas, is, because where he got placed is he'll be in the same town I'm in. I'm probably going to be about a 10-minute bus ride to his pad. So I put him right in the middle of central Daejeon so he can go to all the foreign bars. Oh, okay. I have an international driver's license with motorcycle endorsement. Okay. So, yeah, you might be able to, bike around. Just got to be careful here in Korea. Jeez. So, yeah, that's one of the things. But, yeah, it's perfect for his area because it'll be easy access to language exchanges. So there'll be like 2 language exchanges a week within less than a half a kilometer walking distance. Those bars that I did a video, it's less than a kilometer to those bars. So there's the foreign area bars that my friends own. So yeah, everything will be easy access. So I might even do a video about that place in once Thomas gets settled into that place. So that'd be awesome. So, and then of course, Gio is going to probably bring Thomas on as soon as he gets out. And Thomas, I'll have you on the stream after Gio, after you kind of explore a little bit more. So yeah, we'll try to get out and about based on whatever schedule's available and make sure you have a lot to do. So staying busy here. Jomel, have you wrote Sears Point? So I don't know, Jomel. and used to race the AFM. Yeah, can't even get my letters correct today. So yeah. Yeah, I learned how to ride a motorcycle in Manhattan, New York. Korea doesn't scare me. Maybe Manila, though. Yeah. Well, since you're in Daejeon, it's not too bad. In Seoul, it might have been, yeah, crazy. But in Daejeon, there's a lot of open road. I mean, especially if my buddy Todd rides his Harley around with no problems. Daejeon is more easier to ride around. So that's one of the things. Okay, so I luckily caught up on the comments here. And here's the thing with today's thing, reason I know I've talked about this, keeping up with the Kims, keeping up with, the Parks and the Lees. Well, yeah, and it's not just about Korea in general. It's an issue around the world, but for Korea, it is like on complete steroids. So I'm going to catch up on one more comment here. So, and you can rent a scooter in Yongsan or Gangnam area. Yes, you must show internal license. U.S. license alone is no longer so required to ride a scooter. So, yeah. So that's good to know. Okay, so let's look on the banners. So the first thing is I'm going to throw a little movie stuff because this is a thing. So Parasite. So I don't know if it's just me or even the ones that've been to Korea, the smells in Korea. So I don't know if any of you seen the movie Parasite for the one that's, and I'm sorry to give you the spoiler alert. There's always this, like, they did this crap over there, which could be so annoying. So they would do all those crazy smell stuff, like a certain smell. So, yeah, so in Parasite. So, and of course, I've experienced that because sometimes, what is it? People would be like, what's that sweat, what's that sweat smell? And that kind of annoyed the crap out of me. So, or especially us foreigners, especially from the West, because as I said, it's hard to get, hard to find deodorant here. So that's another issue that goes on here. So that's one of the things that, yeah, I get annoyed with is there's that little smell. You will kind of hear it a lot. And if you're a teacher here, you sometimes will get that issue sometimes. So, yeah. So there's something to think about. So, all right. So let me catch up. How do you get a international driver's license? You would have to do it with AAA in advance. So I forgot to do mine, but even if I was trying to do it, AAA was closed when I was in the States. That's another issue right now is AAA is not open. And you have to physically go into AAA with a passport photo 2x2 and do your signatures on the on the photos and show your driver's license. And they'll process all of that for you. And you could advance it where you don't have to have it start in June. You could say, oh, I want this to start in October. And then, because you can push it 6 months in advance in case you're not going anywhere for 6 months. So you would have to do it through AAA. So that's one of those things. Yeah. Yep, cool. Except it looks like I came in a rainy season. Yeah, so August is gonna be tough. So that's why even my buddy Todd doesn't ride in the rain. He usually just takes a taxi and comes meet me at times. Yeah, and where is a good place to be in Guadalajara? Any recommendations? Well, according to my friends, there's a Americana area. It's mostly much safer there. Access to language exchanges, access to expats there. So yeah, there's a few guys there. They're just having fun, and yeah, and they have a lot of house parties too. So it's easy. According to a couple of my friends, they've been having no problems meeting friends. You have a lot of international friends, So yes. And John, if you're actually from New York, yeah, they might really be happy to talk to you. For some reason, he was telling me today, like, if you're from like a big city or California, New York, they're like, whoa. But, that's just, based on each person's experience and opinion there. So I'm just saying. Yeah, and Thomas, while you're at it, sign up for Korean Cupid to find women with surnames Kim, Lee, and Park. I bet you'll hit a jackpot to court someone. So yeah. So, okay. Ooh, I got a special Facebook message from a fellow expat. Ooh, from South Africa. So might get him on the stream. He actually agreed. Yeah, I've seen the movie. I watched that movie in Cebu at Ayala Mall. Oh, okay, Johnny. Yeah, I saw it at last January. I saw it at the Ayala Mall Central Block at IT Park, Johnny. Yeah, so I saw it in Theater 1 where they had the reclining chairs. So yeah, so okay. Oh, immigration's calling me. Actually, it's regards to the address. I am not going to talk to them right now. I'm in the middle of a stream. Okay, when you ride your scooter in Gangnam, do you do it with style? Open Gangnam style. Yeah, that's actually the one place I need to go drop by of all places in Seoul. So I have not been to Gangnam yet. So I've been mostly to Itaewon, mostly, and other parts of Seoul like Suwon. So I need to make a trip back there. So, yep, respectfully, this is not a forum to find places in other countries for own. We're solely talking about other Korea. So, yeah. But, Johnny, eventually I do have like Filipino guests at times. So we will get to those places. But yeah. So, yep, gotcha. Yeah, let's see. Yep, so Kim, Lee, and Park, isn't that 90% of the population? Yeah, it's getting to that point, but now I'm seeing more Hans and Kwans and Lims. But yeah, that goes back to like, the Chosun dynasty and all that. A lot of them did pick those names because they wanted to be not known as just a commoner. They want to be known as elite. So the Confucius. Why is there no deodorant? Well, here's the thing, Bama. A lot of Koreans, they usually never grew up using deodorant. And most of them, for some reason, they don't need it. They don't even smell. But when I show up, oh my goodness. Like when I was working in my first English Hagwon job, I get a text message from a director. The kids are complaining about your smell. So you need to please wash your clothes and put this and that. I'm just sitting here like, I showed up. I'm like, excuse me? So why are you telling me this? I do wash my clothes. You don't get it, do you? So this is why I don't like working at Hagwons, especially private Hagwons. So, because I just won't put up with these directors' crap anymore, And if I work at one, it's usually like my terms now. And I've been getting messages like, King, there's a job. If you want it. I said, where is it? Wait, this amount? No, I don't want to go. That's too far for me to go. Yeah. And yes and no, Koreans can drive recklessly as Americans in general. Yeah. Problem is Daniel, I trust the Filipinos and the Americans more than the Koreans. Because I get more worried in Korea. I just don't know why, but yeah, I get very wary. Yeah, no problem. So there's that. That's why that smell. Yeah, and AAA provides it, but you can apply directly by mail. Okay, I didn't use AAA, so okay, but then it'll be quite a process. So you got to do that as quickly as possible. So, oh, yeah. So let's see here. All right. So go more hike. I rather ride in public transport because it's convenient, cheap, and safe. And if late night, then taxis. Yeah. So yeah, and usually public transportation is very good in Korea. It's not like the Philippines where you're just like trying to come on a jeepney and all that. So that's the thing. So yeah. Okay, thanks, Thomas. Yep. Oh, getting close. All right, Ken from Kansas. So getting close. So yeah. So I need to shut this thing down. Okay. Yep. Sorry, this phone's driving me nuts. Okay, is that immigration? No, that's LG Plus. Sorry, it was driving me nuts. But yeah, let's see. Omar went to Tokyo several years ago on vacation. I went all over the place on the subway. Yeah. So especially in Japan, their public transportation is out of this world. So yeah. Yeah, and for me, I've been to Osaka and then I've been on the island of Takashima. And that was the thing, like, of course, if everything's open, Korea's not going to be, most people ain't going to come to Korea unless you have a reason to come because the Philippines, Thailand, and everything else is always much cheaper. But for us tourism, it's always a good place to jump in and out if you know, need to, like, for those that live in the Philippines, you want to avoid the exit clearance, you come to places like Korea if you have a friend here or Vietnam. But yeah, but Tokyo, yeah. Lots of Lees online. Lee Yuri, Jun Lee, Lee Suwon, Lee Younghae, Lee Yowon, E. Yeah. So in Korean pronunciation, it's E. Because, since I'm King Lee, I usually say E King. Yeah. Actually, immigration's calling. Yeah, I'm being deported. Well, actually, the reason they're calling me is because uh, Tom, this is regarding to Thomas. Like, I gave him my address because he didn't have an address. So, but I'm gonna call him back eventually. So once Thomas gets his thing he just sorted, I can call him back. Or when they call back, I'll let them know. It's like, nope, he's not gonna be there. Trust me. So yeah, that's why they're calling me. So they're so I'm not going to answer to them. Got all the answers for them because I don't want them giving me crap right now. Yep, Koreans don't sweat as much as others. Yeah, that's another thing. So yeah. So things are going crazy here. Oh, there we go. And Hagwon doesn't mean private school. Hagwons mean academies. So if you ever hear about people talking about English academies, Hagwons, and it's just not English, it's Hog academies for math, science, art. They're all called academies Hagwons. So they go, yep. So they're going to another Hagwon. For example, one of my students went to 6 other Hagwons besides coming to the English Hagwon. So yeah, it's crazy life, isn't it? Huh? Keeping up with the Kims, Lees, and Parks. And why does that kid go to 6 different Hagwons? So the moms can get together. Yeah, my kid is black belt in Taekwondo. And my foreign teacher told me my kid speaks very well in English. And foreign teacher called me and say, yeah, I talked to him. Something like that. Yep, that's why deodorant is not really required to mask odor. Yeah. One thing I was learning about deodorant is usually technically, what is it? We're supposed to put it on at night and go to sleep. We're not supposed to take, but by habit, after I shower, I put deodorant. Actually not the right way to do it. Actually, you're supposed to do it the night before. So I was just seeing some information on that. So yeah. Yep. No problem. 4 extra sticks. Yep. I'll make it through the year. Yeah. So let's see. Daniel pre-ordered something. Yeah, just pre-ordered Samsung Galaxy Note 20, making Korea proud. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, they thought you smell bad and you cannot smell them. Yeah. Yeah. It's especially the ones that like some of my buddies that are big, 6'4", all hairy. Oh my goodness. Yeah, they're very and right now it's yeah, for right now it's, the monsoon humid season. Oh my goodness. Yeah, the smell is bad. I mean, I got to the point now. I have a little fabric spray with me. I spray it everywhere before I get on a bus sometimes. I mean, I don't sweat as much as I used to, but yeah, I prefer warm weather. So I'm just spraying myself just because of that. Yeah, it's like habit forming that I do. Yeah. Yeah, I can hardly smell Koreans in trains, buses, and public places. Yeah. And of course, I've seen some like this is kind of uh, prickish and stuff, or could be even racist. Like I've seen pictures where there's a black person sitting and a Korean person is doing this crap. I've seen that. So, like when I saw Parasite and saw them do that crap, a lot of those memories came back. I'm just like, yo, what the heck? It's like, dude, do you have to be that obvious about it? So, and I've seen that even like when I see like African Americans or Africans or people of color. Yeah, sometimes Koreans do this crap. I'm just like looking at them like, what the? Do you need to really make it obvious and be a prick about it? So yeah, that sometimes happens. So that's why that part about Parasite. And this is, and of course you're like, what does that have to do with keeping up? It just shows what the expectations, little things, almost to the little details, judgment. Yep, do anything for views, including being hauled away by immigration. No. Who is this Waygook that's coming to your place? Who is this Waygook? You can't have this Waygook. And for those, yeah, Waygook is a foreigner. This Waygook is coming. Yeah. So I got to clear it with them. Yeah. My dad doesn't even know. I have to probably tell him, like, look, I used the address. You didn't have a hotel room. My dad will be understanding about it. Yeah, I was thinking about taking the KTX to Beijing. I took trains all over China. Yeah, it just depends how much luggage you have, Thomas. If they do send you to Incheon Airport, I would recommend taking the bus to Beijing and get off at Cheongsa. Again, Cheongsa. Cheongsa means like police station, because then your hotel room is going to be near there. It's only be half a kilometer from there. But if you do come on the 21st, I think I could be there to meet you. So I would come and meet you there at the bus stop because I know exactly where they're going to drop you off. So, yeah. So you have an able body to help you with stuff if you have issues walking. So, yep. So not a problem. Okay. Carl, good morning. Nice to see you here. Welcome. Yeah. Hagwon, close to Hogwarts. Yeah. I thought of that too when I first came to Korea. Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah, I never heard that before putting on deodorant on at night, but I put it on after I shower before I get dressed. Yeah, and that's what I do, Jeffrey. But yeah, I was like, technically, you're supposed to put it on the night before, and then, yeah, then it's supposed to absorb into your, system. But yeah, maybe the kimchi master body odor. Yeah, I was waiting for that, but yeah, a lot of people as foreigners, we make that joke too. So we should eat the kimchi Axe body spray. Yeah, I got like the fabric. Those things are so cheap. I go to Daiso and get them. So yeah. Yep, there's a lot of layers to the Korean culture that I've never thought of before. Yeah, it's quite, educational, isn't it, Bama? But you have those companies there. But yeah, sometimes when they're in America, they're a little more looser and freer. So, that's one of the things that sometimes Koreans love. They love to just go and travel. And part of the reason where they go travel is they just get away from all the stuff here, the expectations and stuff. So, yeah. Oh, look who's here. Look. Yeah, what up, Rockstar? Looking good, my friend. Hope you're great. Peace. Yeah, there's Mike from Live Your Ass Off. So, Yeah, him and Jeremy was doing the live stream. Yeah, he did it like 2 days in a row. So that was fun to watch. Good old Mike. It was always an adventure. Yeah, what I try to do is I went couple hours on Mike's and then a couple hours on Jeremy's, so I can give you guys the equal watch time. So yeah, I think a lot of Western culture should feel insulted if someone holds their nose. Yeah. So to us Westerners, we're like, what the heck? So yeah, let's see. Is durian eaten in Korea? I never tried one. Lots of signs in Thailand that durian is not allowed in hotel room. Yeah, I haven't seen it as much here in Korea because most of the time when I see durian, it's like Thailand or Philippines. But yeah, another thing is fruit is so expensive here, so I have to like really watch it when I buy fruits. Like for example, I bought some. Oh yeah, here's my smoothie by the way. So I made myself a mango, banana, strawberry smoothie. Yeah, yeah, Mike, you might like this. So, but it's so expensive. Like for for the little frozen package, it's like almost $7 to $8, and same thing. And then for bananas, it's almost $4 for a stack, where it's almost nothing. Where in the States or in other parts of Southeast Asia, and then if you buy a one mango, that could be $3. So yeah. So I put deodorant on after I take a shower at night and put it fresh on the next morning. Yeah. So it's always after a shower we put deodorant. So yeah. So yeah, I was just watching that. I'm like, really? Okay. And then there was like another deodorant. I forgot what it was. Yeah, I would put deodorant at a little wet wipe at night. I forgot what that was called. And then you wouldn't sweat for a while. So that's another thing. And I don't know if you heard of this. There's a thing called Thompson Tea. So they have like something to block the underarm. So if you're sweating on the armpits, your thing doesn't turn yellow if you have a white shirt. So I actually have some Thompson teas sometimes when I wear. So in Korea, it's really helps wearing a Thompson tee. So I have a couple Thompson tees that I wear sometimes, and when I sweat in the armpits, it doesn't show. Well, if it's black, of course, it won't show. But if I was wearing a bright color one, yeah, that little absorbent, absorbs the sweat. So it's a pretty good product. Yeah, and there's an by the way, there is an insect the size of rodents trying to chew through my window screen. Maybe it thinks I smell like food. Yeah, must be really, really hungry. So, but yeah, you figure that. So yeah, yeah. What fruit is grown in Korea? It's expensive because it's import. Usually the only thing maybe grown that I know is like the strawberries, because then the strawberries are a little cheaper at times when when they're in season. So a lot of strawberries. But yeah, sometimes when I go to the market, I'm just like, okay, which fruit do I want? Where I'm in the Philippines or US, I'm not gonna care. I'm like, yep, gonna get this, 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 this. Korea, I have to sit there and go, this is quite expensive. Like a box of tangerines is like $25, or a set of 6 peaches is like $12. So I'm sitting there like, okay, what am I really dying for? So that is something to always think about. All right, this is awesome. Yeah, catching up with comments. So, yep. And I want to throw this one here because you've seen the thumbnail, Sky Castle. So that's the drama on Netflix right now. So I've watched like 4 episodes. So yeah, and the brand that I have here is okay. Hey, let's look at the beautiful ajumas, right? So there's the beautiful ajumas again. Yep, they still look good even in their late 30s and 40s. Yeah. So high class ajumas there. So yeah, and I mean, you want to talk about keeping up with the Kim Parks, etc., etc., etc. That drama, yeah, makes it a boiling point. It's yeah, a lot of my friends are like really excited to watch this drama because it just shows, the extreme expectations, the extreme craziness. If their kid dates a Korean girl that's not high status, they beat the living crap out of him. So I'm giving you just a little spoiler alert because I've only seen like 4 episodes on YouTube. But then after I watched them, I couldn't see them again. YouTube got rid of it. But yeah, like one episode, they beat the living crap out of the son because and the girl that he was with, she was the maid. She was like the cleaner, and she was a young girl his age. So he was like falling in love with her, and yeah, he was laying next to her, and she beat the living crap out of him. Like the father came and beat the living crap out of him. Yeah, what are you doing with this low class whatever girl? So yeah. Yep. Okay, I did do that one. Yeah, that's what I love about keto. No fruit. Yeah. Problem is I love fruit. But yeah, I love to have fruit. Oh, Housewives of Seoul versus Atlanta. Yeah. So, yeah. Mhm. So, yep. Looks like Crazy Rich Asians. Yeah. If you watch Sky Castle, man, yeah, it could. Yep. And Mike says, is there any truth to what I've heard about many Koreans having a preference to Samsung devices versus Huawei, as Samsung's a Korean company? Does that country pride exist toward other companies? Well, the only other one, Mike, I see a lot of Apple products here, but yeah, but most of them Samsung, LGs, and yeah, here's a funny term because, and this is one of the things. There's this term in Korean called Jungkook. Jungkook means Chinese. So when I first came to Korea, I was like, yo, I need a cheap phone. They're like, okay, King, we're going to get you a Jungkook chana, Jungkook phone. I'm like, Chinese phone? He goes, yeah, why are you saying Chinese? He goes, no, no, that's not what it means. It means cheap products. Jungkook, car, Jungkook. I'm just like laughing. And even in 90 Day Fiance, even Ji-Yoon says, yeah, I was selling Jungkook chana. Chana means phone. And he was like selling that. And that's what he got busted for, had to pay a fine to the government. So, yeah, so Samsung is big. And here's the thing. The good thing that about Samsung is, like here in Korea, say I drop my phone, my screen cracks, right? And if you go during 9 to 6, there's a Samsung place like over every corner. So there's times I went in. Of course, I had to pay like over $100 for a new screen. It's expensive, but they got that done in 5 minutes. My phone, I was back in business. So there's this thing called in Korean, pali pali, hurry, hurry, rush, rush. And they just take care of it. That's the one convenience that I do love about Korea. But yeah, for some reason, I have a Huawei and a Samsung because I use my Huawei to film my videos. But yeah, they wouldn't let me and it's unlocked, but I wasn't able to get it hooked up, but I could get data on it. But yeah, Samsung has been Hyundai and Kia. And I don't know, Mike, because I know you're from California. What is it? The Hyundais in the 90s, oh my goodness, they're just so terrible. I was like even so embarrassed that it was from Korea. And then they used to have Gold Star televisions. They were so junk. And Gold Star is part of LG. LG means life is good now, but it used to be Lucky Gold Star. So I remember having a Gold Star television. It was junk. That thing broke after 6 months. I was like, Dad, come on. Why are we buying Korean, man? I'd rather buy Japan. How dare you? No, Japan was much better. I'm not trying to take sides. But yeah. back then, Sony, Panasonic, that's what I preferred. Yeah, I picked Samsung Galaxy over Huawei. Yeah, I like them both, Bama, you know? So, but one thing I like about Huawei, it's easy for me to film, it's easy to do stuff. And Samsung is still good. I use both, but yeah. Let's see, Daniel. Yeah, I'd pick LG over Samsung, but this year I'm getting a good deal on a Note 20. Okay. Yeah. Yep. I always wanted a Note. Yeah. So let's see. I own a S9 right now. Yeah. And of course, you go to MBK Center in Bangkok, Thailand. Yeah. And you could just negotiate for almost cheaper deal. Or if I even get a phone plan, I could get an S9 for free and then just pay my data plan and my phone plan each month. So yeah. Yep, S9 is still good. You can put a custom ROM on it and make it look and run super fast as it's a brand new phone. Yeah. So that's one thing I loved about Thailand. I love getting phones in Thailand. Yeah, I like my Note 10. Yeah. So those, were pretty good. So yeah. All right. Now I want to throw this at you guys. There's a movie called Soul Searching, Roots About Korea. So this is on Netflix. Let's see if where my Soul Searching. What happened to? Oh, I thought I put it on here. Oh, here it is. This is a good one. Soul Searching. It takes place in 1986. It's a lot of guys like myself, Korean Americans, Korean Canadians, Korean Australians, German Koreans, Mexican Koreans, and they come and they're brought into Korea to learn about their Korean roots. So that one kind of gravitates to me because some of those characters are me. I kind of act like some of those guys back then. So Soul Searching is not a bad one, you know. So, and this is for, like us first or second generation Asian Americans or Asian Westerners, going through the identity of dealing with the Korean situation. So, yeah. So that's not a bad movie to check out. It's kind of funny. Yep, foreign company here. Products in the U.S. in early 70s, 80s were lousy. Spoiler, fast forward to 90s. Japan and Korea, well respected. Yeah. And Japan was probably on the upper echelon first, Mike. And then after the 90s, Korea started to just really take off with, the Samsungs, LGs. And of course, those companies like Samsung, Hyundai, and LGs, they weren't electronics companies. They were actually like little swap meet shops or little stores before they became what they became, the conglomerates. That's what they became. Or in Korean, we call them the chaebols. So the chaebols are like the Samsungs, LGs, Hyundais, so we all call them chaebols. So yeah, that's why everyone wants to work there. And then there's two sides of the stories regarding those companies, because we have an unemployment issue here in Korea, especially for youngsters 22 to 30. But another problem with those youngsters is they want to work in the chaebols. They don't want to go work at these smaller tier companies because it's very unstable. So there is those jobs available, but no Koreans want to go and work there. They want to just work at these super big places because and of course, this is why I like sometimes working adult jobs in these companies, Mike, because we close the door. They tell me a lot of stuff. I just go, hey, you guys can be an open book. I promise you, keep that door closed. Let me check. No CCTV up there. All right. Just be careful. I want to protect what you say. I don't want anything to get out to your supervisors. And they'll tell me like, I make this much. Some of them actually share their salaries. Like if you start off at like Samsung, it's 3 million won. So that's about 2,700 US a month. So, I mean, that's a pretty good starting salary. And after you put 10 years of going through, you're a piece of crap for 10 years. And then, of course, it goes from the top to the bottom. then your salary like doubles to 6-7 million won an hour, and by then you're hopefully married, have kids. Then it's rinse and recycle again. That's just a problem. So yeah, so that needs to kind of change a little bit, but yeah. But sorry to like throw you on a little loop there, Mike, and all of you. But it's yeah. And lots of young people, certainly in Kim's lead parks, also need finding good paying jobs. Yes. So it's just crazy. Yeah, it just yeah, there's nothing. Even if you go to Sky, like you see that drama Sky Castle, because it's Sky stands for those that don't remember, is the three top schools in Korea. So Korigo Korea and Yonsei. So that's what it stands for. And you want to get into those. So that's one of the things. Yeah. Yep, owned the Kia Rio, and it was a great car. Yeah, the Korean cars got much better. Plus, they gave you 10-year warranties. So they gave you much better warranties than the other dealers. So, yeah, they got much better. Yeah. Yeah, I actually like an unstable paycheck is better than no paycheck. Yeah, it's crazy, Jeffrey. They just don't see things that way. They don't they're just like, I need to get that job, I need that. I need to get that 3-bedroom apartment, So yeah. And most of the times I talk about like for local Korean guys, they have to go through that crap. Now for us foreigners, if we marry locals here, it's a little different. So yeah. For me, I don't know. That standard might be because I look like everyone. But yeah, I'm okay. I found myself somebody. Yeah, and I bought a new Kia for my 3 boys to drive at their universities. Yeah, now these Kia Sonatas, yeah, they're much better. Yeah, and Korea's come a long way. And FYI, after the Korean War in 1953, General MacArthur said it's going to take 100 years for Korea to recover. Well, amazingly, Korea recovered after 50 to 60 years, which is amazing. And that recovery, the real boom is the 1988 Seoul Olympics, which put Korea on the map. So that's when all the big stuff happened. So, yep. And it's a nice tourism. Scott B, yeah, I'm well. Thank you for coming. So that's the blessing about it. But, for us foreigners coming here, you'll be fine. You're not going to be put to those standards. Now, people go, King, why don't you speak Korean here? Why don't you? And sometimes I purposely speak English first, and then I'll bust out the Korean, because then if I speak English and they know I'm an American, then the judgment doesn't go this high on the way I speak Korean. So that's one of the things I do. I purposely speak English full bore, and then and if I trust the guy or I like the guy, I'll now try to speak some Korean to help him out, kind of a language exchange, and he likes it because, I have a Waeguk friend, even if he's a Gyopo Waeguk. So he's like, yeah. So it's pretty cool, So yeah, that's the game. That's sometimes how I do it. Yep. And Korean professionals and tech industries are the best dressed bunch of employees. In Bay Area, I've seen people going to work wearing a t-shirt and shorts and sandals. Yeah. Yeah. And that's the mind in Koreans. Yeah. Dress and looking good, and that's everything, So, and yeah, you do have to, in some places, you do have to do dress to impress in some places, And of course, before I went to Korea, oh my God, it's amazing how many lectures I got before I went to Korea. They're like, King, you need to get a 3-piece suit, and you got to wear the Yeongbok, which Yeongbok means suit, and you need to do this and do that. And then you got to do this. If you drink, you got to turn away and drink, and all this fun stuff. I wasn't, and I was like, okay. But when I showed up to Korea, it was a little different Korea, because the ajishis are telling me haven't been back to Korea since 1970 or 80s. So the mentality is different. So things like really changed up. So yeah, I think that's called code switching. You switch to English first depending on the situation. Exactly, Bama. I do lots of code switching like crazy here. Like, of course, yeah. I know, you know, the guy when Thomas, sorry, Thomas, to use you as example, but yeah, when he called, now I will go full board Korean because he needs, that Korean, you need that answers, He goes, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? So I was like, hey, yeah. So I spoke to him in Korean, and then I went the opposite. I went Korean and then English, and then I remember the guy was asking me, "Are you a Korean person?" But I didn't have a chance to answer because we had to get Thomas situated. So yeah. Yep, Koreans like to be presentable. That's why the country is dubbed the fashion powerhouse. Yeah, and excuse me, the joke is like you can separate which group of people are Koreans by a lot of how they dress sometimes. I sit there and go, like when I go to, of course, in the Philippines, it's easy in Cebu, but most of the times I can tell I'm like, and I do this in my mind. I don't go out there and go, and then 한국 사람 means Korean person. So I sit there and go, 한국 사람, 한국 사람, 한국 사람, 한국 사람. Oh my goodness, 한국 사람. So and especially in Cebu, if you go to Ayala Mall, there's tons of 한국 사람. Now, don't start doing that now. You could do it inside your head. They'll be like a little laughing, like, you're a weirdo. But yeah, but over there, yeah. And even parts of Thailand, but not in Bangkok, because since Koreans are lucky, they can do 90 days visa free. That's the only reason I want that green passport and cheaper health insurance for me if I wanted to get some lower. But I would have to go through a whole process to get that passport. So then I don't have to worry about if I leave for 2 years or something, So, and I'll be back in, no problems. So, yeah. Apparently, I've been told to my friends, like, King, you could get into Korean line for the airport, actually. But in Korea, it doesn't matter because if you guys land in Incheon Airport, it's pretty, besides the COVID, it's real easy. It is pretty fast. I've never stayed a long time waiting through immigration compared to, the Philippines. Oh, my goodness. Now, I know the secret now to bypass that line, but in the Philippines, when you're landing in Cebu, and of course, 99% are Koreans waiting, I'm like looking around. I could see their reactions, and they're getting annoyed, but they don't complain. And the thing is, at Mactan Airport, there's only like 2-3 booths open, and they have like 12 booths available. So yeah. So it is, yeah, crazy. So yeah, let's see. Are you planning on teaching in Thailand? I thought about it, but I probably, yeah, don't know, because my plan is probably teach in China with my girlfriend for a year or two. So that's the plan. So I'm just waiting for, to see if I can get into China. And plus I have the education degree, so I should be able to get a job there in China with no problems. And then I've been trying to get all my FBI background check, but that takes 60 million years to get, right now. So yeah. Now, don't you need to serve an army if you want a Korean passport? Yes, that is a requirement of 18 months of inscription, but I'm way over the age. So I would have to do other things, like maybe pass the TOPIK test and do other things to get that passport, or know how to sing the Korean national anthem, which I do know how to kind of sing it. I do like the national anthem. Yeah. So, yep. I don't think I ever seen anyone in a suit and tie in the Philippines except in banks and weddings. Yeah. So, yep. Yeah, in Korea, yeah, that's the same in Alabama. Yeah. Of course, yeah, I'd like to go visit. I would love to go sit in a class or pass by a class at Ewell Women's College. They're well dressed over there, but of course, majority of the universities are not going right now. They're doing Zoom and Google Hangout classes now. So that is what's going on right now. So, yeah. So let's see. So, of course, this could be like a typical family. Yep. So there's like your typical Korean family. Yep. See how well dressed they are for the portrait. So well dressed. Of course, probably for, like for Bama, they'll just draw a portrait of you, or Savannah, Georgia. But yeah. So looks is everything. So, yep. Now I want to introduce you to another movie called Gangnam Blues, but let me take the comment out so you guys can see what it is. Okay, and let me take that banner off so you guys can see what this movie is. Gangnam Blues. Yeah, and Lee Min Ho or Lee Min Ho, most Filipinos love this actor. Almost every Filipino I talk to, she's like, "Oh, I love Lee Min Ho." So this Gangnam Blues is a story about, before Gangnam became what it became, a lot of mafia and gangsters fighting for territory, fighting for real estate, fighting to, get a piece of the action because they knew what it was going to be. And this was back in like the early 70s or 60s. So this is before Gangnam became what it became today. But yeah, it was fought. A lot of, you know, like commoners were fighting for Gangnam. They were trying to take territorial control of this place. So yeah, this is a good movie to see. And then it's crazy how, you see how things were working back then to get control of Gangnam Seoul, So yeah, and of course, most of the people didn't even know what Gangnam was till Psy came out with that song Gangnam Style. So yeah, that is not a bad movie to see. So I love that movie. It was pretty crazy when how it ended, but I don't want to give it away. It will be a good watch to see Gangnam Blues. So yeah. So let's see. Sounds like Casino. Yeah, the movie about Las Vegas. Oh, I love a Casino, Bama, because I actually read the book about Casino. Because Robert De Niro's role, Sam Rothstein. Well, here's a funny thing: since I used to like love betting on sports, I don't do it anymore. So I used to be into like handicapping or the point spread, or I still kind of like dibble dabble in it. Like I keep track of the Dodgers now. Like if you bet for the Dodgers and bet against the Dodgers, so I have like a little logbook about the Dodgers. So if you bet for the Dodgers with a $200 budget, would you come out ahead? Or if you bet against the Dodgers with a $200 budget, would you still come ahead? Because if you win against the Dodgers, it's a nice payout, because Dodgers are almost favored in every game. So I'm always was big in the casino. His real name, Sam Rothstein, Frank Rosenthal. Well, of course, I wanted to meet him, but he died. He was born on June 12th, same birthday. He was born in Chicago, where I was born. His wife went to Van Nuys High School in the San Fernando Valley. My sister graduated from Van Nuys High School in the San Fernando Valley. So, there was that little common thing. I didn't even know. I was shocked. But yeah, I love that movie Casino. Yeah, I used to be into all of that. So sometimes I still rewatch it. I like when he talks about how did you know Oklahoma was going to beat Michigan? So yeah. So I used to be big time. Yeah, can't we all just get along? I think of Rodney King. All right. Jeffrey, gotta run. Have a good Monday. Jeffrey, you take care. So, yep. And hopefully, yeah, everything goes well for your daughter. So, yep. So just keep me updated. I'm always like excited to know how her experience in Epic is. So that's pretty cool that she's here. Yep. Virtual hug. Yeah. And Jeff says, see ya later. Okay. And of course, we're talking about keeping up with the Kims, Lees, and Parks, et cetera, et cetera. Of course, I do have a favorite. Uh, well, this kind of leads to where I'm at. So, less is more, super more is more. Of course, I try to preach to them like, dude, why do we need to do super more is more? Super more, desk warm, desk warm, desk warm. Let us do our work. Let's be productive. Let us get out of here. But the mentality does not exist here where, and like if we finish everything in 6 hours and there's 2 hours left, either give us a task to do to get done or let us go. So the question is, less is more better or super more is more better, you know? So, or do you need to do like 10,000 hours, like Malcolm Gladwell and Outliers, super, super, super more is more? Kind of curious, that. So that's one of the things. Yeah, I, dealt with in Korea. Like, I have an 8-hour shift at academy. Okay, I'm done. Can I go home? I already prepped for tomorrow. My classroom's already set up. Can't I just go home? So yeah, the mentality is you stay till your boss. So it's crazy, It is just nuts. So where do you yourself in the rat race? Well, yeah. I mean, I'm not doing much now because I lost my job, but I'm still trying to like put things together, invest, save money. I do kind of follow like a little bit of Dave Ramsey, have an emergency fund for those. Sorry to get Ramsey on you. Have $1,000 emergency fund. Step 2, pay off your debts, which I have no debts, thank goodness. And step 3, save up to 3 to 6 months in case you have an issue. So yeah, and then step 4, invest. So I'm kind of like, I'm on between step 3 and 4. So, and of course, yeah, I know Dave Ramsey says, don't have a credit card, don't do it, and I still have a couple credit cards. I just rarely use it. I only would use it because of things like this COVID situation, like book a flight and then at least if the flight cancels, you can just get your refund. Unless if you use my debit card, you're not going to see that refund back for a while. So that's one of the things. I have a credit card and there's ways to do it, but I understand what Dave is talking about. But yeah, but I do kind of follow it. And of course, every dollar is assigned to something. Like in my case, every one is assigned to something. So I always write down all that stuff. So yeah, I try to have a plan. So even if my girlfriend thinks I'm joking around, I'm like, no, I actually have a plan. So I'm writing down plans. So I expect to just always, but I'm still going to try to work. And of course, there's opportunities coming now, like where I can go work some part-time gigs as long as I like it. Right now, it's nice to say no, but once maybe September gets going, I can do a few company jobs. I love going to do company jobs. I just love going there. I love like talking to the Korean professional adults because I get more out of it. Even if my demand is high, I want 50 to 60 bucks an hour for that job. I get a lot out of it because I'm like, hey, yo, tell me, how does the inner workings of this place work? How does your supervisor treat you? How does the system work? Or if you have to do interviews since you've been here 15 years, what is your position? Where do you have to, tell me what your place is? So it's like so enlightening because I get that's like one of the best educations I get, working in these, little adult companies. So especially like, if it's like intermediate or advanced, I love it. I love going. Sometimes I'll still go like 6, even if the job starts at 7 in the morning, I'll go because I will eventually get them to tell me stuff, and their experiences, and their experiences, what they had to go through. So it's really nice to talk to a lot of, and sometimes even I would do the ajuma classes, the older ladies, the mothers, and they tell me some good stuff. And some of them like say, yeah, this is what I have to do with the kids, or this is how I deal with my kids. And it's pretty good. That's one of the things. But yeah, that's where I see myself in a rat race. I'm still working on those steps, and I'm always watching the budget. I watch it like a hawk. I'm actually probably be the more of a nerd for those that ever know who Dave is, Ramsey is. I'm probably more of the nerd between me and my girlfriend because I'll be like charting everything, like or the mentality is we're gonna do this budget together. And she makes a joke. No, I'm gonna run the. Nope, we're gonna do this together because I'm still kind of the nerd where I watch everything. So better to do it together. Once when you get married, you're supposed to technically combine and do all that. But yeah, so those are the steps that I'm working on. And one of the things I do try hard on is this. So minimalism. Is it the answer, or what do you think about it? And that's the big problem here. And now I've noticed more Koreans are starting to do this more because they're stressed out. And I've seen, some of the YouTube Korean ajumas that are starting to slow things down. They're like, look, the stuff is weighing me down. Stuff, weighing me down. So that's one of the things. And here's so I don't know if any of you guys watched this documentary, The Minimalist, Ryan Nicodemus and Joshua's. So they are the ones I've discovered on Netflix, and it kind of made me change a little bit. So that's one of the things I like. It made me change the way I do things. So yeah. So yeah. Oh, China Dave, welcome. Yeah. So yeah, double double. Yeah. So make it a double double. Yeah, yummy. Yeah, I watched Ramsey. Yeah, and oh yeah, and I heard of Scott Galloway too. So, but yeah, I probably need to watch his point of view too. So, yeah, I've heard of Scott Galloway, but I never looked into Scott Galloway. So, but yeah, so I just try to take a little here and there. So it's not a bad deal. And sometimes, yeah, I do like subscribe and watch Dave Ramsey's little 2-hour thing. So those are one of the things. But yeah, I try to minimalize a lot of my life. So I'm not. Millions is not to buy anything that I cannot pack in a suitcase. Yeah. Yeah. For example, what I'm going to do is I did do a video tour of my place. So I'm going to release that tomorrow. But yeah, one thing I do look around is, okay, I look at every item I have. Okay, do I use it? Yep, use it. And if I don't use it, I kind of like either give it away to somebody. So yeah, that's one of the things. But yeah, and for me, like when I travel to Philippines or Thailand, I usually take my one lock tote bag and then just one little carry on, and that's it. So yeah, I try to pack it in and just be mobile. So I like to be extremely mobile and not weighed down. So yeah, so that's one of the things I do like. But yeah, so and then another guy, this guy showed up on The Minimalist, AJ Leon. And I don't know if any of you seen the documentary, but yeah, I kind of gravitated to this guy because of, he was in Wall Street and he made a crazy decision where he was making 6 figures, but he says, look, if I stay here, I'm trapped, and I don't envy that guy who's 50 plus years old. So yeah, he pretty much said goodbye and lived a life of meaning. That's one thing you know, followed. I followed, yeah. And the things I think he lives in Fargo now, but he does, other humanitarian things and built some things and has a life of meaning. So that's one of the things I l- try to do more of. And yeah, and you don't realize how much stuff we own, you know, or how much stuff we buy and we don't even use it. So yeah, so a lot of my friends back home in the West are just like, oh, I need to move all this out and put this in the storage. I'm like, wow, that's a lot of stuff. Do you even use it? He goes, no. So that's one of the things I try to just get rid of things. So yeah, I always look around and go, am I using this? Yeah. My smoothie. Am I drinking my smoothie? Oh, yes. Mm. So it's a must. Or, you know, my two microphones, I use them. So yeah, so I have two stations for live streaming now. So that's one of the things I do like. And I've been using this as a tool for both the stream. So yeah, and I even do one for my Dodger fans. I do, but I only use Facebook for the Dodger one. So I do the post game report for them. So yeah, so I might do another post game report later before it gets too late on the West Coast, so on all the Facebook groups. So yeah, so people are like, yeah, we want to hear the report. So that's one of the things, yeah, I've done. So everything is all set up for even YouTube. And another thing, I have a big screen on my right, so I could even look up. But if I look up, you guys will be like, are you paying attention to us? So those are one of the things. And one more thing I want to put out here. Here's a guy. Let me see if I can get rid of the banner here. Yeah, it's Fumio Sakasaki. Yeah. So he's the one that's started this thing. And he actually has like almost only one fork, one spoon, one set of chopsticks, one little roll down bed. He almost has nothing. And he writes books about minimalism. So, yeah. So he is just living, just with almost nothing. So he said it doesn't weigh him down. And yeah, there's nothing wrong with having things. If that stuff brings you value, nothing wrong with it. The stuff that you have, you use it, nothing wrong with it. And it's just like the extreme craziness. And here's the thing here in Korea, oh my goodness, you know how many times I've seen used furniture outside? Yeah, and you look at that used furniture, that thing is still new. Now, if I was maybe a carpenter or something, or into like carpentry or something, and if I had a truck, I'd probably go take that truck, go grab all that stuff, refurbish it, and I could probably sell it. Because there are so many things. Yeah. So many things. Yeah. That are just left outside. It's crazy. Like sometimes I would go out and go get things. So yeah. So yep. Does he have a chair to sit in? Are you talking about my buddy back there, Bama? So yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot. There's my dinosaur buddy back there. So he's standing on the fan. He's just being a good little boy there. But yeah, I've actually grabbed some of the furniture and brought it in and used it. And here's the thing you got to have a little sticker. So you have to go to the government office to get a sticker, or else you could possibly get fined. But the question is, how can they track you unless they waste time to look at CCTV? Goes, hey, you need a sticker, or what will happen is the furniture will just stay out there because the person that's supposed to pick it up will not pick up the item at all. So yeah. Oh, the author on the book cover. Actually, yeah, he does. He has like one chair. That's what I remember of the minimalist book. Yeah, for he actually does. But most of the times in Japan, they usually sit on the ground. So But I remember watching his video. He had actually a chair. I'm sorry about that. Losing my mind already. Hey, I need to drink some more of this special stuff here. But yeah, but yeah, and it was crazy. Like sometimes, yeah, I would get. It's fun to watch his videos, like all the stuff he's got, and it's like, wow. Now he's really to the extreme, where I'm not too extreme, but yeah, I just try to keep as minimal items as I can. So, but of course, yeah, when I go to like other countries, yeah, most of the stuff is furnished, so most of it's not mine. So, makes it easy to move around. But yeah, it's a good little bookie, yeah, that he does. So and he gives a lot of good stuff. So I was like, oh, okay, you can do this, do that. And then of course there's another lady named Marie Kondo. She helps you how to organize things, section by section by section. So she's like really famous. Yeah, Marie Kondo. So she's been like on all the morning talk shows and all that. So yeah. Let's see what Thomas says about it. Yeah, I'm a recent minimalist. I'm so hooked on consumerism, but it made me miserable keeping up with the Joneses. Yep. So that's the thing. And it's amazing, yeah, how much people just buy stuff. It's very common when I go out and about and see this stuff. So lots of it. Yeah, and when I went to Union, Minnesota, I didn't have to buy many furnitures other than bed, pick up a lot from sidewalks. Yeah. So, yeah, I have like no shame in doing that. I go and do it too. Clean up the furniture, make sure it's clean and bring it in. Yeah, I have no issues by getting, secondhand furniture. I don't care what people think about me here. I'm just like, what are you doing? Hey, hey, I'm going to spray it down, clean it. I got me a bookshelf. Hey, I didn't need to spend a penny on it or a one on it. So ridiculous. Why do you need to buy all new furniture when you move? And that's another thing. Like sometimes when Koreans families moves, sometimes they don't take all their furniture with them. They just leave it out there and they go buy new furniture. I'm like, what for? Your stuff is still in excellent condition. So it's crazy. Yep, Marie Kondo. Yep. Yeah, and she's pretty cute too. That was another reason that I was like watching it. She very attractive. She's an older lady, but she's pretty attractive for it. Yeah, I've been that for 3 years. So yeah. So yeah, just live with less, save a lot more. Plus, it makes it easier to, maybe clean your place, and you don't have to waste time and move things around as much, unless, the things you have is something you like to use. So, yeah, I'm not like trying to be like, oh, you have so much stuff, yeah, you're crazy. No, if all the things you have bring you some good value and it's useful to you, yeah, nothing wrong with that. But people overdo it. Me, myself, I overdid it. And I think my ability to fish, grow vegetables, and butcher chicken is worth more than my engineering skills. Yeah, especially, what is it? When I was in Thailand, I talked to a few people like, so if you don't have a job and you can't eat, what happens? And this is what they told me. I'll just go back to the farm and I have plenty of food to eat over there. So that was one of the things. Yeah, I was like, yep, that is actually COVID proof. Yeah. Living in Cali for less than 1,000 a month. Yeah. Yeah. Another crazy thing I used to do is I used to do like extreme coupon, but not like the one that you see on TLC. I used to do it with CBS, Rite Aid, and Walgreens. I used to have a set system on how I did it. So I would be like, hey, everyone, give me your Sunday coupons. Give them to me, please, please, please. And of course, I had a website where I would follow this lady on which is free. She had it all, Microsoft Excel. I had it all Excel, and I would cut out the coupons. I would have it all, the cutters, and then I would go shop. I used to be so crazy and to do it. And at one point, I had a whole closet full of, I had those tampons. And what I did is I actually took all those tampons. Yeah. Unless I got shot, I would use it if somebody shot me on the way. I took it to a center and said, here, I don't need this, but here's a donation to, one of those youth facilities, that houses troubled teens. So I was like, here, take it. Or I used to have so much mouthwash, man. They go, King, does your breath really stink? Yeah, I used to have like 20 Crest mouthwash because I would use the coupons. And for those that, if you go to like CVS, they have things called the extra care bucks. I could have probably started a YouTube channel doing that. And they're like, what? Yeah. And then I could have sold those coupons on eBay and people would have paid a couple of dollars for those. So, yeah, I did all of that stuff. So, wow. So I was crazy. I was into that. And then Black Friday, I would just, because a lot of stuff were free, I would just use 4 different transactions and give myself a Black Friday holiday with it. So, yeah. Let's see. China Day, my monthly nut in Cali was 10 G's a month, especially with young girlfriends. Yeah. It does get expensive. Yes, that's very expensive. Yeah, I sold everything and bought a 22-foot fully self-contained motorhome. Love it. Yeah. So now these days, just live simple, Yeah, I've seen people live with less. And it's like that book that I read, The Millionaire Next Door, So those are, I've, started to meet people that, they've done well for themselves and live a simple life. They drive a 1989 Honda, Accord or something. So I was like, wow, you just like living simple, All right, China. Funny, my first plan was to buy a classy motorhome and tour America, but they shut it down. Yeah. So, yep. So we have to see what happens. All right. So if anyone have last minute comments? Yep. No room for stuff. Yeah. So, yeah. And I love my spacious area. So it's a lot more spacious. All right. So last minute comments before I go. Let's see. Here's the game plan. Tomorrow, I will release a video. I should be able to finish the edit tonight. And I'll release it again, same time, 11 o'clock. It will be a tour of my apartment here on tomorrow, Tuesday. Okay, Wednesday, I am bringing Ben back. So Ben is going to come back. So you can throw more stuff at him about anything. So, yeah. So you could throw a lot of stuff at him for questions. And then Friday, I might have 2 guests. We have to see. And what my plan is right now, Bama, I'm going to be stuck here for a year. That's the plan. And then the plan is to roll out to hopefully China and see my girlfriend by next year. We'll see. So that's the plan. And the plan is, and another plan is, go eat that $4 all you can eat Korean food, which now I can go out the door, turn left, and it's right there. So I don't have to take a 10-minute bus anymore. So I love it, man. I love my setup here. So that is the plan. So, and and then I'm going to try to have some more guests. So if I have to stream maybe like on night here, and of course it'll be daytime for a lot of you guys in the States, I might have to do some of that because some of my guests are not available at 11 o'clock in the morning. So, yeah, you're still going. And I'm already yeah, broker. I was just, going and going. But, now I have 20 people here, or 20 million views according to Filipino analytics. But yeah, so that's what the plan will be. So that's why I'm gonna be talking to some more guests. So I might have to stream some nighttime here in Korea because of the schedules. So I have to try to be a little flexible for some of my guests. So, and since I just do part-time jobs here, edit, film, so that's pretty much what I'm doing right now, and still teach online, just like Geo does. Yeah, that's pretty much my schedule right now. So I'm just staying busy with a lot of stuff, and yeah, and then I go hang out at live streams, like on. So and maybe I'll try to do some weekends, but usually Sundays I try to take a break, and yeah, I would go and hang out at other live streams. That's like it's sometimes fun to be you guys too. So I'll go hang out at GeoStream, and then I'll go see you, broker, if you're hanging out with Jan again. So sometimes I do still like doing that. I love just being the guy, just saying hello, what's up, and just watching. So that's still fun to me too. I enjoy that. Yep. So Doc soon. I have to go log on to KoreaCupid.com. Yep. So definitely that would be cool. Yeah, and wish you the best, Thomas. And Thomas, I'll see you soon. All right. So yep, everyone. I just want to wish everyone a good day, good evening, and stay safe over there. So, again, I will be streaming again Wednesday, and yep, Big Ben will be here on Wednesday, and I will be with them Tuesday night to have some fun. All right. Oh, yeah, sorry. I don't know. She's absent today, so I think she got busy. All right. So take care, China Dave. Take care, Knit Bomb. And take care, everyone. So I will see you guys again. So good day and good night. Goodbye.